Eddie Moore and Sir Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. I'm proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. This is more than just a podcast. It is season 13. It is episode 29, and we've just finished doing 28. And if you haven't heard it, it's an amazing podcast with Johnny.
No, it's
no,
not.
it's a bad news podcast. It's a bad news. So before we do a quick question time, but we've just put the question up, so
Yeah.
I don't even know
So
if there's a question there
They
yet.
have to be kind of quick. It's a good
I'm
good
just going to
point.
read one of your good friends, actually.
Good friend.
I'm padding, yeah. I'm padding. This is what they call it in the industry. I'm padding.
You're like filling.
Yeah, I'm doing a filibuster, as they would call it in America.
Right.
David Cross, your good
Oh,
friend,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
says this. Can anyone please tell me how I get rid of someone on Twitter? There's a person on here who
It's
doesn't
not
follow
Buster,
me,
is it?
and I don't follow him, yet his objectionable tweets keep on coming up on my page. Someone put, sounds like West Ham Central, and he's answered, his initials are a JB. John Bucci. Do you think it's John Bucci?
Nah, let's
Then
work out who
someone
it can
said
be.
Gerard Bowen. It can't be.
So ask him.
Ask
I
him.
won't.
Ask him who it is. Joey Barton. JB.
Oh, right, Joey Barton, yeah.
It could be Joey Barton.
Yeah, of course it's Joey Barton. Yeah, you see,
Yeah, he actually says
what he has to do
he
is go
says-
onto his following.
He
tab.
said Joey Barton, and then he answers, "How on earth did you guess that so correctly?" No, you see it.
Oh, well.
I'd also know how to block him.
I thought he was going to ask about. No, I'll only ruin the joke because I'm not prepared for it. But there's a joke that someone joined the Sweet. You know the band The Sweet. Their fan club, and this guy called Buster keeps sending him DMs, and the punchline is, "Does anyone know the way? There's got to be a way to block Buster," which I think is great because you got to know the song really.
Do you object to Joey Barton's posts?
Well, what I would say, I think he's an idiot, and I think that generally, I don't think he's a very nice person, and I do think that women should be represented in football and TV. But I can enjoy what he says and agree with him as well.
Yeah. Sounds like
So I see kind of both sides of it.
can't.
I love the way he's fucking going at the media for it.
Yeah,
I
do
mean,
you
a
know
lot of
what? I'm all for freedom of speech on X without censorship, no matter as long as it's not illegal. Do you know what? I'm quite amused. I'll get in trouble for this. I quite like following Katie Hopkins. Sometimes what she says, you know, it's a bit humorous, a bit like Ricky Gervais. You know, some people just need to lighten up a little bit.
I don't.
Anyway, guess what? We got our first question.
Have we?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. I suppose you want me to ask it, didn't you?
Well, do you?
My dulcet tones.
Yeah.
Who is it? Might cheer me up. Oh, it's Dinger. Stuart Lynn.
Right, we've got to play the theme tune. Play the theme tune. Yeah. Facebook, Twitter question time. And yeah, we've got one question. Do you know what I might have to do? If there are no more questions, we might just have to edit out the beginning of this one and just add it on to the end of episode 28.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this as a separate episode, it's
just ignore
because
what we said.
we had suddenly a great influx of questions. If you're listening to it now and going, what's he talking about? It's because I've cleverly edited the beginning of episode 29 out, and I've tagged this along to episode 28 because no one wanted to talk to us and ask questions.
So you think you'd edit it out, would you? How many calories does editing it out burn,
Oh,
Sean?
50 calories
You
at least.
think? Oh, blimey, that
I'm a
won't go
shadow of
far.
my former self then.
Yeah?
3 kilos. 3 kilos.
Well, you've lost 3
3
kilos.
kilos in a
Champion to the
week.
football, isn't it? And the kebabs you're not
I
eating.
know. I don't. My body's a temple.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, when do West Ham play again? Is it the Bournemouth game?
The Bournemouth game, yeah.
So, like, Thursday next,
Yeah.
we'll be talking. So, we've
Yeah.
got a little bit of a break. I take it they're going on holiday.
Who?
The players.
Well, they've had a few days off, yeah. Or they've been given a few days off. Anyway, get excited for our question.
Okay. I was trying to pad
you were
before.
padding. It's a filibuster. Well
good
done,
for the goose.
you. Touche.
Right. Okay.
It's a very short question. Where is it? Where's all the long questions when you need them? Yeah.
Well, I don't need them because I have to read them out. So
it was 5 minutes ago I posted it. I can't believe no one's actually.
Well, not that important.
No,
I know we might be the most listened to, but I don't mean it's
by a West Ham fan on Spotify. Yeah.
Mm.
Could this be the only time when we only get one question?
Well, if you want to be philosophical about it, one question could last you a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, we have been known.
Yeah. But I'm no Confucius, so I shall get straight on with Stuart Lean's question.
Yeah.
And he asked, VAR, what's the point? Keep or get rid? Brady out. Come on, Sean. Brady out.
Brady in.
Brady out. So, what's the point of VAR? Do you want to keep it or get rid of it, Sean?
I was.
He's obviously upset about.
I was a big advocate of it, but on hindsight, I was wrong, and I would now like to get rid of it. And yeah,
I don't think it should be VAR. And I know I spoke about this before. I don't think it should be in a TV environment. I'm not saying that makes it corrupt, because I don't really think it is corrupt. But nor is doing the shake and vac and bringing the freshness back. That wasn't corrupt either. But that's what TV does. It influences you to do what people who work in TV want you to do and think. So that's got to really come down on the ref a little bit, isn't it? It's not working. I don't think anyone wanted it in this kind of form. I want them. There's no point in saying should we scrap it. They're not going to scrap it. It's a controlling mechanism. So
yeah,
that was never going to go. So we have to keep it, and you just have to, enjoy watching it for everyone else and just hating it for yourself.
Yeah.
But football's just fucking crap now. It's
now
unenjoyable.
We have got a question.
Have we?
From Timothy Roger Handel, who used Messenger to message us.
Timothy whom?
Timothy Roger Handel on yeah. And he says,
you know him, this guy?
No. He messaged himself.
Has he messed? Oh, okay.
He used direct messenger and
like to your son, and he's forwarded to you because
no. He messaged. He messaged on Facebook to more than just a podcast. Actually, Nigel answered it, and he says, "First-time questioner, long-time listener, Somerset boy, living in China. First West Ham game was 1989-1990 season. So my question is, which players from that squad, Ludo, Bishop, Morley, Brady, Potts, Dixie, etc.
You said 88 to 89?
89 to 90.
Well, that's not them.
Well, I'm just reading the question, right?
Oh, okay.
If he's got it wrong, you correct him. Which players from that squad, Ludo, Bishop, Morley, Brady, Potts, Dix, etc., would you have in your current third team and why?
Dix.
I would have Ludo, Dix, Potts at right back. What do you lot think? Everyone out. Chinese Tim, he calls himself. Chinese Tim. And
right.
Nigel replied, thanks, Tim, for the question. No pod this week, which was last week. But next week, we should be back. I'll try and remember to ask this. Nigel. Thank you so much, Nigel. Well, Nigel didn't remember because he's in fucking Swansea. So there you go, Chinese Tim. We asked it. What was you're saying that none of them
Julian Dix.
Julian Dix.
He was there in 90. Ludo, I'm pretty sure Ludo was 91.
Yeah, Ludo. Yeah, Dick's, you're right. Potts was good as well.
Yeah, he was there.
Which one
Yeah, he was.
would you have? Not just one. Which ones? Do we have rose tinted glasses that we think that they all could be playing the modern, but would they keep up with the
I don't know.
game?
I think Junior Dix would, but I take it was.
He'd get sent off all the time, though, wouldn't he?
He's a fucking great player.
I know, but
I mean, the thing is, we don't.
Game,
I think
we've got
the left back's playing now.
We've filled enough because we've got some more questions.
I know we have.
Yeah,
I know.
Go for it.
All right. So I can ask Adam Levitt's question now.
Go on then.
Can I ask why Club Shop put the price up by £10 on retro shirts, but you can get the same shirt £10 or £5 less on another website? Brady and Sully, Sean, if you can find out, you stay in. If not, Sean out.
Adam, I'm really disappointed.
Adam, go somewhere else. Give someone else your money. Don't want to give them wankers your money, Adam.
No, I think they set a price of, we buy off suppliers and we want to make a profit margin. I'd say buy from the club.
No. I'd say don't, Adam. But look after yourself.
I think it's not set, and it's a race to the bottom. So everybody's entitled to sell what they can. I think the difference between replica shirts for the season and retro shirts is the club help with Umbro control the price of new shirts and can insist it's not sold at a discount. They don't control the supply of retro shirts, who are usually made by obviously other suppliers. So that's the reason, And as Len just said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you pay in the shop, the money goes back to the club for the next transfer.
So don't give him your money.
Or the next bonus for Karen Brady. If you don't, if you want to give it to someone else, it'll probably go to some American conglomerate who will then take the profit and
then
donate it to Donald Trump to be president.
Hell.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for that question, Adam. Next up, David Thompson. Will we ever buy this fucking stadium?
No.
Will it ever fucking blow down?
No. So as I said, right, it will never make financial sense unless we get a subsidy. So the answer is we may have a long lease on it, right? That's another thing. But we'll always have to have a subsidy unless all of the contracts are got rid of. And even then, we may have to think long and hard about it.
Fucking Ponzi's your mate. Fucking squatters. Anyway, next up, Ziggy Stardust, Dave Jones. Even though, do you think Danny Ings did enough against Sheffield United to keep his place in the starting lineup?
100%.
And should Johnson be utilised as a central midfielder more often?
Yes.
And would this make giving him a better contract offer more likely? Brady out. Brady out.
Well, we talked about this a little while ago. Whether it's in another episode or this episode. So the answer
looking like another one now.
It's looking like another one now. The short answer is yes. From me, Danny Ings and Ben Johnson probably do deserve to keep their place in the starting lineup, and I hope.
Depends who's available. Long time to go to the next game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? Think about. I mean, I'm not an expert on Danny Ings, but I do recall him always being a better player when he's not the most advanced player. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Maybe that's his better position. Yeah.
Johnson, should he be utilised as a central midfielder?
I think he looked comfortable playing in that position.
I think it's just handy. He's a utility player.
Yeah.
And let's face it, as much as we're all left for now, he's not a good utility player.
Yeah.
Nor is Ben Rama. You paid. I know Fornals wasn't a Moyes signing, but these are £20 million players, and you got a kid from Loughton we paid nothing for.
Yeah, you're not wrong
for it.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, another one. Do you want another one, shall we?
Yeah, let's have
How
another
about
one.
Richard Kemp?
Oh, I was hoping you would say that.
Was you really?
Yeah.
Evening, chaps. Good to have Len back. Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Richard.
it is good to have you back.
Thank you, mate. With the Calvin Phillips loan deal looking... He hasn't heard it yet, by the way, me being fucking miserable. I was happy to have come in here and started speaking to you, and you gave me all the bad news. Anyway, with the Calvin Phillips loan deal looking more likely now, who do the pod think will make way for him? Well,
Great
we kind of
question.
already said that.
A great question, but you know what? And look, Stell, West Ham Voice, has done a video on this actually. So
Has
go
he?
and watch it. Yeah, I mean I haven't watched it, but he's done a video on it. He briefly discussed it with me. So you know, obviously the obvious thing is Souček. You know, we discussed whether it could be Alvarez, but one of his options is Alvarez to drop back as a centre back.
Oh,
Yeah, and put Calvin Phillips in there with Alvarez as centre back. Apparently, he can play centre back.
well, really,
I don't
actually,
know.
what really Moyes wants is 11 defenders or 10
Yeah,
defenders.
I mean, I don't know whether Alvarez can play centre back. I think he's a good player.
I think we've seen him there, haven't we?
Have we? I can't remember.
But
you know, he had to. You know, Stell had to fill a video, so you know, there's only so much options you can do. Which position Calvin Phillips? So you probably had to explore everything. You know, putting Souček in goal. you know,
I mean,
who
what
knows?
I would say before I don't about this, you know, moving the Mexican to centre half. Alvarez, that's his name. I always forget his name. He went up against Declan Rice, his replacement, and fucking scored him. And we were thinking of shoehorning him back into the defence now. The guy we sold for him £105 million, he looks in that position. He's not as good as a footballer, Declan Rice, but in that position, he's got a certain amount of command at it. And we're looking to sort of put him in the back four.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't think that... Moyes out. I just fucking say it. Do you know what I mean? If that happens...
Well, you've got to finish Richard Kemp's rest of this question.
I know. The natural choice is probably Moyes' Czech love child. You see, he thinks the same thing. But he has weighed in with a lot of goals this year, something Phillips doesn't offer. We don't get fucking Phillips. This is it. He makes a good point. He doesn't offer goals, does he? I'm in two minds about this Phillips things. I like the fact that we're thinking himself is an opportunity to get a better player and there's some season left. I like that.
Yeah.
You know. But I'm thinking to myself, we're all asking the same question, aren't we?
Yeah.
Who's he going to replace? It doesn't look, you know, it shows a lack of planning. I don't like the situation. We you know, he's gone to sit on the bench somewhere and we kind of enable it. It's clubs like us that give these players and clubs a way out. We're the typical club that does it. We've done it with Lingard. Look how he treated us, really.
Yeah.
So he finishes Brady out, VAR out, Michael Salisbury out.
Who's Michael Salisbury?
Sounds like you need to do a bit of Googling.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
We could just be cancelled for saying this, Michael Salisbury.
Yeah.
Might be bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. Anyway, you move on to the next one.
I will. We'll have a bit of Ryan Doyle. He's the one who asks the good questions, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah? I can tell you're Googling. You can't fucking Google and talk at the same time, can you? Right, here he goes. Where has all the Moyes contract news gone? Has Sully backtracked, or as I suspect, is he saving it for after the season renew ticket period? Oh, he's right, isn't he? That's what's going to happen. He's going to wait till the season ticket renewal and say, "Oh, we're going to keep him."
And we tried.
I know somehow we are six.
Oh, Mike, he's a referee.
Oh, he was a ref, was he?
He must be.
Oh, there you go. It's nice of him. I tell you, it was good of you, Richard, to call him by his name. I've got some names for him. Anyway, Ryan continues. I know somehow we are six, mainly due to some magic from the front three. for 10 minutes per game. However, the football is still bad to watch. Totally agree with you, Ryan. As per, the last 3 games without Kudos and Paqueta have been so bad, and we will be losing at least one of them in the summer. It's a sign of long-term things to come if he stays.
There you go.
He doesn't say Moyes out, but really, he knows. That's what he means.
No, he doesn't. I think you can't.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Moyes out. Next up, Danny Contreras. That's a nice name. Is Ben Johnson better suited to play in the midfield?
Apparently someone told me he used to. I mean, he did look. I mean, it's too early to see from one game, but potentially. But he showed a bit of, form against Bristol City as well. So I just think he's getting his act together after showing some bad form. Suddenly he's got some good form.
As fans, we don't want much. Is that we've seen a local boy play and we got excited about it, and suddenly there's a guy that we were going to kind of turn our backs on, even though we don't have much say in it, is now exciting us to thinking how he could play in another position. And this is what I mean about having hope.
Yeah.
If you're going to get the same thing, I mean, the Phillips thing about who he's going to replace fills us with dread because we fucking know what's coming, don't we? We really do know what's fucking coming.
It does seem like, and there's a question actually. It does seem like there's Lingard all over again. In fact, I know we've only got one question left on Facebook, but I asked a question about 5 minutes ago on Twitter.
Good man.
X, formerly Twitter. So I've got 3 questions, and one of them from Edward Sexton, who says, "Evening, gents." Ted Sexton. "Evening, gents. What can you tell us about the new fella brought in by Tim? And is it possible that the loan of Calvin Phillips with no option to buy? Oh, and is it possible the loan of Calvin Phillips without the option to buy? Who out of Moyes, City or Tim is that idea?" So,
Would be City,
look,
wouldn't
we
it?
don't know a lot about this German beyond he wears spectacles and he played at the German side that he's an ex-football player and he is an analyst at the former club that Tim Steidten was at. So, I hope Tim knows his stuff and he's not just bringing his mates to the recruitment department, but he wouldn't be the first to do that, Husilius brought his son in. And I think Moyes, Pellegrini's son was also in the recruitment. So, there's always a bit of nepotism in those recruitment departments. Calvin... oh, no, it wasn't Calvin Phillips. Is there a possible loan of Calvin Lewis, he said. I've not heard that one. I think it's unlikely. Everton, isn't it? Why would Everton loan us Calvin Lewis?
Lewin, isn't it?
Well, he's put Lewis.
Well, we'd have to read that because he said it. Fucking hell, Sean. You're supposed to be running a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I just read what I put
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Why are you making me think?
I assume, unless he means Calvin Phillips and just put Calvin Lewis. What are you on about, Ted? Edward? All I can tell you is, look, which player you're talking about with no option to buy, and I think you're actually talking about Calvin Phillips.
Well, of course he is.
Look, it's probably City that are not giving an option.
Well,
if there was an option
fucking
to buy,
clue was there, Sean. Surely.
Why wouldn't Moyes or Tim? They would go, "Oh no, we don't want an option to buy." Obligation to buy, I can see. The club go, "Don't want an obligation to buy," but an option to buy, it's got to be. If it's been withheld, if that's true, it's City. Dan Numbers.
Go on.
West Ham United. The club are clearly getting nowhere with this concession parity clause. Just spoke about it. Why don't fans do the Brady's job and stop having their pants pulled down? And for the next home game, absolutely nothing inside the ground. Part-time Brady out.
Brady out.
We tried this before, and some of the boycott the pints, etc. But do you know what? Didn't really work, did it? I mean, where else do you go? Are you going to go, I'm not drinking because I don't want to? But the answer is, people who do drink elsewhere because they're fed up with being ripped off do already, and it's a convenience thing. And we did try and have a boycott before. I think I forget whether it's the Trust or Hammers United sort of said boycott the bars, but it never happened. So nice idea, Dan, but it ain't going to happen, if I'm honest with you.
Any more
one last one? Malcolm Warrington. Do you know who he is? Will Wazza1 on X, Twitter.
No.
Evening, gentlemen. Really enjoyed Glenn Johnson's recent cameo appearance.
See?
Does he mean Ben Johnson?
I hope he does.
I hope he does. Is it that people can't write on Twitter? Glenn Johnson, I assume, is retired by now.
Yeah.
Recently, I've really enjoyed Glenn Johnson's recent cameo performances. Brackets, Ben. I've always thought he's a decent player. What do yous lot think? And are him and the club, Grammar, really that far apart in contract negotiations? Well, Malcolm, I think you're talking about Ben. I think they will sit down. As we talked earlier, he wants 60. We're currently paying him 20. As Len said, just pay him what he wants, right? What would it cost
Make
to
him
get
feel
a new
good.
one? Yeah. And that's it. They were the 3 posts from Twitter.
Well, I've got more here.
I know you have.
Paul Noland's piped up, isn't he?
Paul Noland, is he?
Yeah. Evening all, chauffeur here, beep beep. My question is, Nigel Kahn posted on Twitter a picture of Last of the Summer Wine depicting Richard Dodds, mental health expert, and Marianne Williams and myself as the characters from the series. Let you work out who is who. Right. My God, we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
So, question is, if you were a character in a vintage British comedy, who would you be? Sean? You've got to be someone from...
Was it Rising Damp?
No, I was thinking more...
Rigsby? I don't know.
I think you'll be someone out of...
the Young Ones?
Are You Being Served?
Who would I be?
I will not say, but... Who would I be? Uncle Albert?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I've been told who I am. I'm the guy at Dad's Army.
Oh, you?
The spiv who tries to sell you
everything.
everything.
Right, yeah.
I always forget his name.
The captain, Mr. Ranrin.
Yeah, you would. That is good. Yeah, that is good. I think they're two. Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, all right. There you go.
Right,
That's
football related.
Yeah.
This is from Paul Nolan.
Yeah.
He reckons the West Ham way is back, and I for one love it. It's as in losing. I think losing unpredictably to low teams beneath us.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah.
I for one love it, and that's why I support West Ham. As I always say, you don't become a hammer for the glamour. Little thing. You're kind of right.
True that, Paul. True that.
If you get back into a situation where you've got hope again, rather than this dirge, I'd sooner have that.
Yeah.
But again, I'll sooner be Upton Park and, not invite the Johnny Come Ladies and all.
Well, Croxford. You're keeping me for my dinner now. Now they're coming to
you see, right. Next up, Steve Prosho. Hope that's how you pronounce it, Steve. After Ings' more than respectable for performance last night, what is your opinion on sticking with him till the summer? Keep up the good work.
Do you know what? If he can play if he plays in that position and he can be of use, then why not? I don't think he's going to go this winter anyway. I don't think anyone can afford his wages, so I think we're stuck with him. So let's make use of him if we can. No one can pay his 100 sovs a week wages. So yeah, we're stuck with him anyway.
Yeah. Grant's up next.
Ooh,
Grant Coxford, the Boychester Hammer. He says, evening chaps, how is Lim feeling? That's me.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right at the minute, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was an easy one to answer, wasn't it?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I feel much worse for doing this fucking podcast with you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been no good news at all.
Well, you're not wrong.
And he's said Brady out, Sullivan out. Brady out, Sullivan out.
Croxford out.
Oh, why?
We're picking on my friends.
Well, he's the only one that cares about me.
Okay.
Fucking hell, they don't care about you.
No, I know.
Right, next up, Jason Backhouse. Evening, gents. Happy New Year. Why, he's left that one late, 22nd of January.
I have a sort of a rule that you can't mention. Sort of after the 15th of January, you can't say Happy New Year anymore.
I just don't fucking say it anyway. I don't even wish anyone Happy New Year.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Evening, gents. Happy New Year. I guess I can still say that as it's my first question time appearance in 2024. Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know. So, 2 truly poor performances, in my opinion. Despite some questionable refereeing, we can't seem to pass to one another. It's true. Some positives would be the playing of Ings in number 10 role, and Ben Johnson thrived in midfield. Although I can't see Moyes making it a regular thing. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. My question tonight is, do you think the Moyes in or out depends on how long you have been a fan? The newer fans, who seem to think European football is everything, tend to be Moyes in, whereby the older fans, who would love a domestic cup run, seem to be Moyes out. Yeah, it is a generational thing. I mean, I do think these youngsters, they're right. What he says is right. They are they do like this European tour thing. And when I've got nothing, against it.
It's a destination, isn't it, nowadays?
Yeah, but this is the point. It's not a destination, isn't it? I agree with what you're saying. For us, it's the journey.
It's about being on the T-shirt, I was there.
Yeah, but
I was there in Prague.
Yeah.
Here's my T-shirt.
There.
It's a picture of me with a cup in Prague. Look, here's the cup. Here's me running with Mark Noble. Here's me, right? Do you see pictures of me in Prague?
And lastly, a big shout out for Robert Snodgrass, who retired recently, putting some real shifts for us during this time.
I really like Robert Snodgrass.
Good for you.
This could be the shortest question time ever because I make it. We've only got one left. Is it Wesley? Wesley Weingarten?
Hang on a minute. I haven't even got Wesley on.
Oh, I have. Can I read it out?
Yeah, if it makes you happy.
Wesley Weingarten. I don't know if we've spoken to you before, have we?
It's a great name, Wes.
On his profile, it's got Dad Joke Alert. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. You'll like this.
Go on.
With Valentine's Day just a few weeks away,
yeah.
What do you romantics suggest I get the missus?" And then he says, "Brady out."
Brady out.
What do you suggest he gets the
missus?
How
old's Wesley?
If he's dad, I would imagine. Let's have a little look if we can see a picture of him. Oh no!
I know, Wesley. I know your answer. What do you want? It's a fucking. You want to get a painting of a Wes? That's what you do. What you need to do.
Of course.
I would say that, wouldn't I? Even though I've got absolutely none for fucking sale.
I suggest you get one of Cameron Brady's many books available for sale.
I forgot to tell you something about that.
Go on.
Well, we're padding it out, waiting for more questions.
Yeah, we're not, because I need to make dinner.
All right. Well, I'm doing you a favour, aren't I, really, if you want to lose weight?
Yeah. It's a mindful chef.
Yeah.
Go on.
The missus is, obviously, she's a creative director, so she had to do a conference, right? And she had to book a speaker.
Yeah.
And it was suggested for £35,000 they could get Karen Brady for 15 minutes. Yeah. And she says, over my fucking dead body, she said, I'll never live it down. If she booked Karen Brady, I wouldn't let her live it down. She's right, I wouldn't give her 35 fucking grand. So I've cost Brady 35 grand.
Oh, well done.
I feel good about that.
Yeah, well done.
Really fucking
Well, you have
good.
filled. There's been 2 more questions.
There you go, you see.
Me. Tom Underwood says, "Can Sean tell us the real reason Payet left yet?" Brady out.
Brady out.
Look,
He wanted to leave. It was simple, wasn't it?
There was an allegation of infidelity while he was here. And do you know what? That was repeated, and I don't want to speak ill, but that was repeated to me by David Gold himself. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. But apparently,
Well, Gold didn't want to lie about anything. Like the
Mr.
distance
Pyatt
between the front of the.
was unfaithful allegedly to his wife while in England, and he was told that he needs to return to Swan. Whether that's true or not, only Pyatt knows. But it was going.
But that's
round
the real
club.
reason you're saying.
That is the reason the club believe. Yes.
Oh, see there, Tom.
There you go.
Tom says, "Can Sean tell us the real reason?" You got it.
There you go.
See, what do you
Allegedly.
move that at the front of the fucking show?
Ballon Dawson, or Balloon Dawson, after being rejected by Smith Rowe, please ask Sean if there's any truth in the reports we're after Australian international winner Drew Peacock. Is it too early to judge? Or have we signed the Greek Gary Breen? Stuyden out, Dolly Birds in. I don't know what that means.
No, why would you want fucking Stuyden out for?
Yeah, exactly. Who is? I've not even heard Drew Peacock. So
it's not a joke that we're not getting, is it?
It may be a joke. I have not heard that. And the Greek Gary Breen. I don't get that, and I don't get Stuyden out, Dolly Birds in.
Maybe
is that a joke we don't get, or is it?
Well, I don't get a single fucking line of the question.
Yeah, I don't know who Drew.
Do you want to check Drew? See if he's a person. Drew Peacock.
Let's have a little Google.
Drew Peacock.
Have
you had a peacock, Sean?
Not really. No. Dolphins chief on Peacock. He's an NFL player, is he?
I've just got internet personality.
Yeah.
You don't see many of them.
I'm sorry, but we don't know whether this is an in-joke or some local rumour in Australia. It's Drew Peacock is not one that's passed my desk, unfortunately. And we've been talking long enough that we've got one more question in.
Really?
Well, I think we.
Me or you?
Well,
if you and I would have another question in.
I know we could. Oh no, we don't. We don't. Let me just check Twitter, formerly X, and see if we've got anything there.
Mick's turned up. Mick Clifford's turned up.
That's it. Mick Clifford.
Do you want to read Mick's out? It's fucking long. You know what he's like.
Oh yeah, let me read out Mick's because I thought there was one here. So it's Mick, is it? That's
Mick and about. By the time you get through Mick's, there'll be another one.
Right. Oh, is it that long?
Well, he can be a bit irrelevant. There's a lot of, and you know what Mick's like. He does, go around the fucking houses. Off you go.
I can't read Mick's. I can't see it. So you're going to have to read it for me. Oh, no, I've got it. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologise. Happy New Year, everyone. My question is, what is the worst West Ham game you can remember going to? For whatever reason, be it the result, the style of football, the manner we played in or we'd lost, the journey to or from the game. I'm going to just say what his is. Mine is, I was getting to the Tube from Spurs, 99-2000, August, I believe. Frank Lampard scored the only goal. I was travelling to Barnet after the game because my son, who was 9, fell off his bike and smashed his arm to 3 places while I was at the game. My missus had taken him to Barnet General Hospital. Oh, we're getting his life story.
Anyway, what he's like.
I had to wait 3 hours on the northbound tube before Barnet station. I remember seeing the Barnet ground Underhill from the window. Some poor sod who committed suicide by throwing themselves under our train.
Did he ask this last year?
End up going home after 4 a.m. in a cab because the missus couldn't find the car. Great day, great result, shit day, everyone out.
I swear he's told us this before.
My head hurts.
I swear he's told this before.
So we'll go back to the original question. What is the worst West Ham you can remember going to?
Do you know, funny enough, off the top of my head, I remember going to Chelsea at home where Frank scored and kissed the badge in front of us, and it was a train strike, and we had to go. I had to get there by bus, and it was like, why did I bother going?
Yeah.
For that Smummy fucking cunt to kiss the badge in front of me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. London
You
Stadium
should know. You see
5-0
enough
loss.
bad games there.
I know it's difficult. It's a day out though. I know we 5-0 against Man City, where we made all the effort to go at the London Stadium. Me and John didn't come back after half time. I don't know. Anyway, weird question, Mick.
Yeah, well, I did warn you.
Chris
There must be.
Chris Kinch.
Oh, you come
You know
on.
what?
Now we're talking.
Chris, give
Just
me a
the
bell.
name makes me
Chris,
smile.
I need to give you a call. I need to talk to you about something. Did you know he's left the army? It says in his LinkedIn, service leaver. So he must have left the army.
What?
He must have left the army. It says service leaver.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Well, usually they do a certain thing and then leave. But I need to talk to Chris about something related to that.
Is it?
Can't talk
Oh,
about
it's not
it.
nothing to do with your wedding.
No, it's nothing. I'm not going to ask him to marry me or anything. No,
Right.
I need to talk to him about something else. Chris Kinch says, "Evening all. Given the injuries, are the most recent performance a reflection of poor recruitment before the summer transfer window?" Len.
Did he ask that? Given the injuries,
are the
most
recent performances a reflection of poor recruitment before the
last transfer?
Yeah.
Kind of. I think it's general people management, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know I always come back to fucking.
He likes, look, Moyes likes a small squad. This is the price you pay when we're at AFCON and we've got injuries for a small squad in January. There always are injuries in winter, and we knew AFCON. When you sign an AFCON player, you know they're going to be away. So I will agree with you, right? We're paying the price for David Moyes' small squad philosophy.
Where he's still wasted a lot of money on that standard of player.
No disrespect, but we're going to move on because I've got to make dinner. I'm getting a lot of grief, and I did tell you this. But we've got one more question, and that's from Richard Dodds.
Oh no, not Dodsey.
Dodsy's got.
Hang on. He said I'm messed up his fucking mental health. Why didn't I answer this question?
It's a short question, right? Richard Dodds said, "Good evening to you all."
Fuck off, Dodsey.
There doesn't seem to be a meltdown on social media over our lack of signings, which is unusual. Why do you think this is at the moment? Brady out.
We don't get our fucking hopes up anymore. That's why.
I think also ITK's managed expectations to say there won't be any signings, so it's a surprise if there is. Anyway, there was 19 comments and another 3 on and there's another question
come on,
last one.
That's your tummy rumbling, Sean. That's your diet coming, Sean.
Yeah, Fassamania asks, "Evening chaps, keep up the good work. Later on in his career, Wayne Rooney converted from striker to midfielder. Harry Kane did the same under Mourinho. Can Danny Ings prolong his career by doing the same? Can Danny Ings move from a striker to midfielder?" Len.
Stuart Pearson style, yeah, kind of. He's that kind of player. Maybe, but look, you're talking about is Moyes going to play him there?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Well, that's a good way to end, and we are now. Oh,
come on!
Just do it. And Lewis Allen comes up with a late
Hello,
question.
Lewis.
Lewis Allen says, "Evening all. Have been watching a lot of old West Ham games on YouTube. Just watched West Ham 2, Man United 1 from February 1986. Strong tackles, no rolling around, played at a fast pace and quick throw-ins and free kicks. Wasn't as skillful as today's games, but couldn't help think that football was a spectacle and a fan experience.
Good game.
Nowadays, it's a lot poorer. Premier League might be the best in the world, but will never be for me as good as Bartley's Cannon League Division 1.
Absolutely.
Just wondered your thoughts. Hope you're well.
I totally agree with you, Lewis.
What a great way to finish. Lewis, we absolutely agree with you. Go back to 1986. Some of my best days with John on the terraces on the South Bank, watching Tony Cottee and Frank McAvenny. And that, I think, is it. That's the end of question time.
Well, there's Mark Bright.
Oh, fuck.
Evening, gents. A small question. How the hell do you get to Tilbury? Because apparently we could end up there, as Brady's deal with the century doesn't look like it now. Brady out. you want to answer that one, Sean?
We're not
That'll
going
keep
to
you thinking with
Tilbury.
dinner.
We're not going to Tilbury.
What's this about then?
I don't know, but
I know Nick mentioned it on his channel, but
Deal of the Century. We will not be thrown out at any time. We will not go bankrupt. It's underpinned.
No, hang on. No, listen.
What is this then?
No. Mark didn't
I don't
ask
do
you
YouTube.
to. No. Listen. Mark didn't ask you to be a fucking propaganda machine.
Right.
What Mark is saying is
how'd you get to Tilbury?
No, yeah. Well, because there's the rumor is there's a plan in place. Should it go tits up, right? There is a plan in place to relocate there if it ever happens.
Rubbish. Absolute.
No, listen. That doesn't mean to say it's like Operation London Bridge, isn't it? The Queen was going to die one day, so there was plans in place. So, is there a plan in place with the stadium? If something should go wrong with the stadium, don't bum Brady up. So, do you know if there's a plan in place?
No, there is not. And
Absolutely
to answer your
not.
question, M25, get off the A13 toward Ossett Heath, and then go down the A10 89, and you'll end up at Tilbury.
He might not want to take his car.
Well, there's a fault there. You could get the River Thames, and you'll get to Tilbury Docks. If you get a boat from, let's say, Westminster, you could go all the way to Tilbury.
Tell you where we could
come from Canvey Island the other way. They
could sort of, get rid of the XL and go back to Canning Town.
Anyway, I am in so much trouble. I've been Sean. It's been a short question than usual. Coughing away. Len has been
looking for more questions.
No, there is none.
You sure?
Yeah. Come on, you irons. We're back next week, hopefully with a few more. Bye.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore.
Say goodbye, Len.
Bye.
Still managed to do 100 minutes between 2 episodes.
200 minutes.
100 minutes.